And thank you for joining us here live from Brisbane. It's the PPA Australia Tour. You're joining us for the gold medal men's match in the singles. We've got Armaan Bhatia closest to camera versus Mitch Hargreaves. And we're locked at 1 apiece here in the first game. The best of 3, first to 11, win by 2, in what will be an absolute cracker of a match. So it's 1 apiece. Hargraves and Bhatia have played sensationally well all day, Brendan. And yes, Brendan's right next to me. Mr. Brendan Lee, Mr. Pickleball himself, joins me in commentary.
Gordon, it's great to be here with you covering this men's singles final here at PPA Tour Brisbane.
And a feisty start by both players on what could be described as a very crazy sort of weather day here in Brisbane.
It certainly had its ups and downs today. We've had the wind, we've had the rain, we've had some sunshine.
Yes.
And it's kind of settled here. It's relatively balanced, but the wind is still evident.
And it's not a great advertisement because, you know, Brisbane's usually, it's part of Queensland. It's usually wonderful one day, perfect the next.
That's the slogan, isn't it, that they tend to talk about with Queensland. But whilst the weather is far from hot, hopefully the pickleball out here is hot, and by what we've seen from these two players today, I expect it to be.
Oh, it's been sizzling, Brendan. These boys have had some very, very tight matches. Oh, and just going wide for Hargraves there. So to get here, Mitch Hargraves had a tough 3-setter against Zach Grabovic, I should say.
That was a phenomenal match, and Mitch Hargraves was actually down 6-0 in that third game and clawed his way back to win that match. So an exceptional performance by Mitch in that semi-final.
Absolutely. And, you know, Mitch comes into this PPA Australia Tour event here in Brisbane in very good form. He won the Triple Crown in the last event in Auckland. So he is absolutely on the top of his game.
He's just such a seasoned professional, isn't he? He's really identified himself as one of the leading, if not the leading male player here in the PPA Tour in Brisbane. And to come up today against Armaan, who we know has had phenomenal results here in Australia, but this is Armaan's first singles performance, singles tournament in Australia. We haven't seen him before in singles.
And what a way to make your name known.
Well, he's rolled through some high-quality players here today.
One of which was in the semi-finals against Tom Evans, who won the PPA Australia Sydney event.
He did, and that was another 3-game match there. So that was a very close, rain-interrupted match, and Armaan definitely came away with the goods there. So quite a number of side-outs here, obviously, to start this match. That's not uncommon that those things occur. The players are definitely trying to get used to the conditions, trying to get an understanding of which way the wind is blowing. And once they find their feet, I'm sure we'll get some more substance in some of these points.
Absolutely. Because the conditions are very tricky at the moment. You could maybe be able to hear it on the microphones.
Yeah. What a great part, or a near pass there by Armaan. That stayed so low over the net.
He's like a cat at the net. He's taken a nice 4-1 lead here in the first game.
He just possesses some of the biggest ground strokes that we've seen here in Australia to date, does Armaan Bhatia. And Mitch taking a time out there, I believe, Gordon.
So, and why not? So, Armaan Bhatia out to a very strong start here, a very convincing start over Mitch Hargreaves. 5-1 here in the men's gold medal singles match here on the PPA Tour event in Australia. Brisbane is our host today here at the Redcliffe Tennis Centre and Focus Pickleball. So,
and we've got Paul Campbell as the head official for this men's gold medal match. Paul does half his year in Queensland and half his year in Melbourne, in Victoria.
Yeah.
So he tries to follow the sunshine.
That's when he's not on holiday. I remember, I think this time last year he was in Italy. So he also plays a bit of pickleball himself.
He's a fine player himself. All right, Armaan bringing in at 5-1.
Oh, and see the wind take that ball then, Brendan. So the conditions are very, very testing.
And some frustration showing there by Mitch Hargreaves. Just obviously the conditions. Armaan's hat.
There you go. There's probably a good indication for you there. Armaan's hat just blowing right off.
That is wild to see that occurring.
So 6-1, first game.
Ooh. But see that big step forward there for Armaan. He hit that nice drive. He then wasn't sure how his ball was sitting, so he kind of stayed back off the NVZ, but then that big step to get in there on the volley was just impressive. Great pick up there. Ooh, just pushes that volley wide.
He's just got such great reach, Armaan Bhatia.
And maybe just opting here for a change of
headwear, perhaps.
Maybe a headband coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, this is impressive.
He's got a good set of hair, that's for sure. Flowing locks.
Something we envy, Gordon.
Yeah, well, I certainly do. Getting the roll.
Oh. Well read there by Mitch Hargreaves that that ball was going to travel just a little bit long.
Right. Hargraves brings it in.
Great roll.
Lovely control there. Just took a little bit off it.
Just leant back on that as well, just to get that arc up and over the net. And Armaan was nowhere to be seen there, actually. Armaan actually was sitting to the left of the centre line there, thinking that Mitch was going to almost drive line, I think, because it was wide open on this side of the court.
And it's very hard to wrong foot Armaan Bhatia, but Hargraves was successful in doing that, and he's clawed his way back here to 4-6, coming back from 1-6. So Mitch Hargraves, who was struggling early, is now right back in this first game. This is the gold medal match, gold medal singles men's here at the PPA Australia Tour event in Brisbane. There's quite a crowd that's gathered around this court and just going long.
And unfortunately for those at home, where you can see on the camera, though, there's not a great deal of players sitting in the grandstand. They're actually sitting at the other end of the court.
Great play by both players there.
Just good pressure there. Look, undoubtedly Mitch has one of the best forehands in the game, so I'm not surprised to see Armaan peppering that backhand side there of Mitch. It's probably the slightly more vulnerable side, if we're brave enough to say that about Mitch Hargreaves. So definitely would look to Armaan to kind of target that side a little bit more today.
Lovely pick up from Hargraves. Getting the roll, but just going wide. So Bhatia. 6-5. First game. Lovely deep serve from Bhatia.
Well long.
Just not getting the roll over that shot.
And it's a fine line from that end of the court too, with that wind behind you.
Especially with the wind. Bhatia straight to the net, going for the touch, but just unsuccessful, and we're locked up at 6 apiece here in the first game. The men's gold medal match. Good eye.
Well left there. It's probably a bit tentative leaving some of those, obviously the wind coming against you there, but really well read there by Armaan. Look, Mitch has played a great last 5 minutes here to bring that score back to 6 apiece.
And that's 2 service errors in a row for Armaan Bhatia there. That's highly unusual and probably reflective of the conditions here today. Just so testing.
There's that constant pressure then again on the backhand side of Mitch Hargreaves again, Gordon. Only just missed it, but that's the pressure that Armaan is going to apply to that side.
Smart play.
Okay, he's got the serve in.
Lovely flighted return there from Hargraves. Great lunge from Bhatia, but just going wide. He's got a fantastic last-minute lunge, Bhatia, doesn't he? He gets to those balls.
Look, if I lunged that far, Gordon, I wouldn't be getting back up, let's be honest. But yeah, just the athleticism is phenomenal from both these players. And for the first time, Mitch Hargreaves takes the lead in this game 1. Great drive there up the line.
So 8-6 now. So calm in the face of crisis here, Mitch Hargreaves. He's fought back here from being 1-6 down and now leads 8-6 here in the first game of the men's gold medal match. That was a close call.
May have just gone through the line there. Mitch catching it late.
So 6-8.
Well left, good eye. All right.
So Mitch Hargreaves gets the side out. 8-6. Oh, he got there. But a great drop shot from Armaan Bhatia, but Hargraves just unable to control it.
Great hands by Armaan. You know, it's not often that you would like to invite players forward to the kitchen, but he did it he executed that so well then. And Mitch Hargreaves gets that ball back in hand very quickly.
No damage done.
No damage done.
Up 8-6. Now, Brendan, did you realise Mitch Hargreaves was a body double for Ryan Gosling in the Full Guide just recently?
I was aware of that. I was aware. He's multi-talented, isn't he? Not just a gun on the pickleball court.
Well, so, Hollywood presence here right here in Brisbane at the PPA Tour event, Australia.
Have you seen the movie yet, Gordon?
No, but it's on my list.
Okay. Great drops there.
Sensational play.
Good positioning there at that last volley. Just managed to get that well in behind Armaan. And Armaan tried to curl it back in, but just had no luck there.
Eight-6. Oh.
That's going to drop in. That's what he used the wind there phenomenally well. That was so well calculated by Mitch Hargreaves. You could see he felt the breeze pick up, and I almost saw it click over where he's like, if I loop this up high, I think it's going to be able to drop in. And it did.
Even in these trying conditions, like Mitch Hargreaves, he's clearing, it's almost like he's unaffected by the wind.
Well, you can't be, as a player out there, you can't be overwhelmed by the conditions. You have to just be accepting of the fact that the wind is going to be a factor for both players, and that you have to have that adaptability in your game to work that wind to your advantage. If you let it affect you, you might as well step off the court because the match is as good as gone. Yeah,
and we have seen that happen today in some of the previous games. Some players have handled the conditions a lot better than others, and we've seen a few upsets. What you would consider to be upsets in terms of some of the scores that we've seen today. So.
And probably from more of those one-dimensional players, but these two players, and Mitch is showing that he's far from one-dimensional.
And that one just going into the net. So Hargraves, a game point here.
From a 6-1 deficit to take 9 of the last scored points is a phenomenal effort.
Oh, and that one just going wide. And hopefully the rain's going to hold off, Brendan. There's a few threatening clouds around, but we might just get through. So 6-10.
Okay, a very quick point there for Armaan. He'll appreciate that. It's been a while since he's put a point on the board.
He'll be very happy to get off that 6. Will that open the floodgates for him? Oh.
Good eye. That was tempting.
The wind, let's face it, the wind could have done anything with that. 8-10.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a timeout here from Mitch Hargreaves.
And that was a beautiful change of pace there from Bhatia.
I think the last 3 points, Gordon, we've seen Armaan put in 3 better serves than what he had been previously, and he wasn't on the back foot from that serve. I think he actually hit the serve deeper, kept Mitch in the green part of the court, whereas prior his serves were landing a bit shorter and Mitch was able to capitalise on that. But a well-timed timeout here for Mitch Hargreaves, I believe. Let's see what happens on the other side of the timeout, though.
Absolutely. And, you know, and we were talking earlier about Mitch coming into this tournament with some great results, but you've got to hand it to Armaan Bhatia as well. He's had some outstanding results himself, and at the US Open over in the US. So both of these boys are big-time performers.
Oh, and he's missed that one wide. Great return there by Mitch. Armaan was well off the back of the court there, and for those viewing at home, you probably barely saw him in screen, I would say.
So game point here for Hargraves.
Wow, that was a brave return. That was flirting with danger there.
I think the wind blew that back in.
I think it was very well wind assisted.
So 9-10. Lovely deep serve.
And look, Armaan's going to get to the net first here, and this is huge for Armaan.
Yes. Whoever's getting to that net is getting the prime real estate, so to speak, and it's 10-all here. First game. Gold medal match.
Shorter serve, that's going to let Mitch get there first, and
Mitch puts the pressure on straight away. Great approach shot.
And we're going greater than 11 now, Gordon.
As we sort of expected it might.
There's a nice backhand roll.
Oh.
Great pickup.
Wow!
Athleticism by Mitch Hargreaves there.
That is next level, Brendan Lee.
Take a bow, because he was not on top of that point from the first ball to until the last shot.
Just unbelievable skill there from Hargraves.
Let's get that on a highlight reel somewhere. That was phenomenal.
So game point here. Oof.
Armaan gets the ball back in hand. Can he get to 11?
That previous point, I'm still can't believe my eyes.
Good deep serve. Ooh, Armaan will be disappointed with that forehand. I think
you can tell by the look on his face.
He knew he maybe should have kept on moving in after that second last ball, because I think he could have really capitalised it on a high volley.
So game point here.
Just wide.
Referee just confirming that it's wide. Yep. So 10-11.
Fights off another game point. Does Armaan. That's 2 saved. She might be 3 saved.
It's one thing for sure. Hargraves will have to win this, because Bhatia won't give it to him.
We're now going to 13. Short serve, which is going to get in.
Oh, lovely backhand cross court.
Not once has a short serve paid off. He really has to be brave in that situation and flirt with danger. I know the wind is strong behind him, but he has to keep Mitch pinned back on that serve. And if he doesn't, we saw what happens.
Just waiting on the call there.
Yeah, I think the wind just took that wide.
11-11. Armaan Bhatia serving. The Indian champion.
Great return by Mitch.
What a lovely shot from Bhatia. Oh! Sensational skills from both players there.
I remember seeing moves like that. Do you remember the movie The Matrix?
Yes.
I think that's the last time I saw a move like that. Great work there by Mitch Hargreaves to fend off Armaan there.
11-11.
Oh, what a ball. Mitch unfortunately goes for the ATP, but it's wide. Great volley there by Armaan. How was that on the full stretch to put that ball as far cross court as he did?
Crazy skills.
Better serve.
Oh, and going for the volley.
I like that. I do like that from
Yes, yes. Even though that was an error, I think he'll take confidence that that's an opportunity moving forward. 11-11. Oh, lovely dipping cross-court forehand from Hargraves.
Beautiful third shot there. Wasn't the easiest of thirds either. Armaan pinned him right back, and we have another game point.
Will this be third time lucky for Hargraves? Not on this occasion.
Pressure applied back to that backhand side there of Mitch.
And the crowd growing even more around this court. It's 11-12.
Deep serve, ball sitting up.
Oh, that sat up nicely for Armaan. I think he had too much time on that shot, Brendan.
Something that a ball that he's normally so strong with, his forehand in general is so good. I think those couple of errors he'll be very disappointed with, and will they prove costly here?
Fourth game point for Hargraves. And Bhatia just keeping the pressure on.
What a battle. What an absolute battle game one is here.
So Bhatia, it's like an arm wrestle. It's 11-12. Oh, how easy did Bhatia make that shot look?
That was a phenomenal backhand. Maybe he'll start to look for that backhand a little more. You know, as we said, he has missed a couple of forehands out there. Maybe the ball's more up the middle. He should be looking for that backhand, because that was phenomenal.
And he disguised it extremely well. And like you said before, Brendan, that serve was far too short. Hargraves just
Mitch is not going to let you get away with that, is he? And he's done that every time. Every time the ball's been short, he's just capitalised.
12-12. Oh,
great
lovely
first
reach.
volley. Okay. I feel like this is the first time Armaan's actually being level with a serve. He's always been kind of playing catch up, down 12-11 and then serving. And
I feel like Bhatia has got another gear potentially to lift here.
Better serve. Ooh, sprays another one well wide there. Mitch's return definitely pushed him out of the court.
But Mitch just looks so calm and collected.
So cool, calm. Yeah.
He's the ultimate competitor, that's for sure. Mitch Hargraves. It's 12-12. Oh, lovely pick up, but just wide. Fred Astaire would be so proud of having those twinkle toes, but that shot just going just wide for Hargraves.
Yeah, I feel like this first game is really on Armaan's paddle. Like, I feel like Armaan's the one hitting winners. He's the one making errors as well. Whichever way he goes here, Mitch has just been very steady. And there's the winner.
And you said it.
a ball up the middle of the court, and he opted for a backhand there. 9 times out of 10, he may actually move around that and hit a forehand.
And he holds that shot so perfectly. This is game point.
First game point for Armaan, I think, and he
takes it. So what a turnaround there from Armaan Bhatia. It only took him 1 game point to take that game. So Mitch, it'll be a game he'll rue. Because
he'll definitely be disappointed with not being up 1-0 here, without a doubt. And it's going to be see how he can now perform with the wind behind him.
Yes, absolutely. And I think of the ends that, which end do you prefer in conditions like this, Brendan? It's a tough call. Generally, players like hitting with the wind. So, Mitchell, it's fair to say, Mitch will have the wind at his back in this second game. But, like you say, it's the players that have more than one dimension to their game that really thrive in these conditions. Because when you're hitting into the wind, you can flight the ball a little bit more, you can take the speed off, and it just hangs for that little bit longer. Perhaps use those conditions to your advantage.
It's getting very gusty. I think it's actually picking up quite a bit, and I'm sure those at home can definitely hear that in the
microphone.
The microphone, yes. Game 2.
We're back underway. No rest for the wicked. Oh, lovely play.
Little luck off the tape there for Armaan, but he's going to take it at this point in time where we are in a gold medal match.
So this is game 2. So Mitch Hargreaves up 1 game to love, but down love 1.
And Armaan up this end can kind of swing a lot more freely. He's got the wind against him. I expect him to absolutely rip some of these balls, but also he's going to hit some really nice drops from this end.
Oh, like that, Brendan. Wow. This is why he's arguably the best player in India when you see him in full flight like that.
It's a very quick start, and we saw a very quick start from him in game 1.
Armaan Bhatia is off to a flyer here in game 2.
He can relax. He's up 1-0. That's a real confidence boost, obviously moving into a second game. And he's hitting freely out here now.
And it's a 5-0 start and timeout. Mitch Hargreaves has seen enough. This is not reminiscent. Well, it's reminiscent of the first game where Mitch was down 6-1.
Yes, Mitch obviously clawed his way back into a very commanding position there in game 1, from 6-1 down to 10-6 up to having multiple game points, and then unfortunately letting it slip to Armaan. But once again, Armaan's position with a big lead here in game 2. Mitch will respond, but can he stop that storm now, which is Armaan, and who is just free-flowing? He looks so much more relaxed hitting against the wind.
Sure does. He looks much more comfortable. Right. Immediately less errors coming off the paddle of Armaan Bhatia, and it's purely because of the wind factor.
Such a more forceful play there for Mitch. You saw that intention off the return. He was not messing around with that. And if he is going to claw his way back, Gordon, that's what he's going to have to do.
Ooh, and there you go. That really does show you the strength of this wind. So that serve just going long from Hargraves. Bhatia up 5-0. Second game. This is the gold medal match.
What a pass there.
That
my goodness.
Is phenomenal.
That was the shortest of backswings by Armaan, and I would say that was predominantly left hand used to create that type of angle. That one, not so reminiscent of the last one.
And he's just re-rehearsing that shot. Love to have that shot again.
Do you have a two-handed backhand nowadays, Gordon? You haven't added it in your repertoire yet?
No, I never had it in my repertoire.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I did.
Well, maybe you take a few tips from this one today. I think we both can, and maybe we can add that shot in.
Well, of all double-handed backhands, you've got a pretty mean double-hander, Brendan. Oh, great pressure from Bhatia.
Just doing so well at getting that dipping down to the incoming Mitch Hargreaves there. It's where he's won majority of his points.
He's out to a 7-love lead here in the second game. Really taking control of this match. Oh, a ball on the court.
What a shame there, because that was a good volley from Mitch.
Oh. Mitch will be wondering,
Mitch,
lovely. Oh, great pick-up from Hargraves.
Left-handed there by Armaan to pick that one up.
Wow.
But sitting up in the wheelhouse of Mitch, but phenomenal athleticism by there from Armaan just to keep that ball alive.
Just such an athlete.
This is a big ask now, a big ask of Mitch Hargreaves to come back from this deficit.
But if anyone can do it, and we saw it in the semi-final against Zach Grabovic,
yes,
he can come back from huge deficits.
And it's going to start with that serve. He has to be...
There's 1 point.
Yeah, he has to be aggressive with the serve. He almost has to intend for the serve not to come back. He's stepping back a little bit further. He's probably... Tough call there. He's actually probably close to a metre back behind the baseline now when he's serving, just to ensure that he can land that aggressive serve into the court. Whereas you can see Armaan is right up on the baseline. Great.
Oh,
what
great
a
reach.
Oh,
great play from both players.
So smooth. All right, let's just see where Mitch Hargreaves stands here to serve the ball. It's like he's almost... He needs that extra metre or...
He's almost right back on the divider net.
And that's a good short return. That's what Mitch wanted, that short return.
Pop.
Yeah,
Pops that away.
Mitch has worked something out here. He obviously just felt he was overplaying some of the serves by standing up on the baseline. Just feeling like if he stands a little bit further back, he can land those serves more successfully.
Well, it's working for him. He's got 2 points on the board now.
That is a phenomenal serve.
And Bhatia going for the half volley return on the last two returns, rather than giving Mitch time.
The short hop on that return was phenomenal by Armaan. Like, to have the control to put it back where he did.
Oh, wow.
Phenomenal.
Bhatia just on fire.
And you'll notice the last two returns Mitch has hit from that left side. He's opted for the slice floating return too. First time it was successful, that time not so.
Just 3 points away from a gold medal. Here, Bhatia! And that's gone down the line for a winner.
When it rains, it pours.
That was just a sensational shot. So 9-2 here. Bhatia just 2 points away from a gold medal.
For his first singles tournament here in Australia, this is impressive, and he's left it till the third PPA of the year here to obviously show us his singles pedigree.
What a way to explode onto the scene, Brendan. You know, like if this pattern continues, Armaan will be our gold medalist.
Like, considering the calibre of player that was in this draw, I mean, you had to qualify to get into this tournament today. Shows you what the depth is and how strong it is. So this would be a phenomenal performance by Armaan if he can capitalise and take 2 more points, essentially.
There you go. And there's
Could
one.
be long.
That one's long, so it's 10-2 here. Gold medal point here for Armaan Bhatia from India here in the PPA Australia Tour event here in Brisbane. And that's gone wide. And Armaan Bhatia is our gold medalist here in Brisbane. The PPA Tour Australia has a new champion, Armaan Bhatia from India. What a performance, Brendan.
A great performance by Armaan, undoubtedly. Mitch was a little bit rattled there in these conditions, I think, but Armaan just used the wind to his advantage. He performed well in that first game to actually get away with it. We're probably surprised we're not going 3. Mitch obviously was in a commanding position to take that first, but full credit goes to Armaan for weathering that storm on the first, and as you said, a first-time titleist here on the PPA Tour.
I know, what a way to debut as in your singles in Australia. What a fantastic effort from a fantastic player. So you've just witnessed it. That was the gold medal for the PPA Australia Tour event here in Brisbane. We'll be back with more action on our channels with MLP Australia coming up shortly. So tune in for that. And until then, we'll just go to commercial and be back shortly.